Hi, I'm Chef Michael Allemeier, and today I want to share with you one of my favorite summer grilling recipes. What I'm going to show you is how to make a peri peri marinade. So originally I'm from South Africa, and one of the flavors I grew up with as a child was this peri peri marinade. In fact, this is my father's recipe. What's great with this recipe is it's extremely versatile. You can use it for seafood, you can use it on vegetables, you can use it on meat, chicken, so on and so forth. Honestly, the possibilities are endless with this. So let's talk a little bit about peri peri. Now, originally it's named after a pepper that is grown in southern Africa, and the Portuguese colonists or settlers originally brought it with them, and it thrived in that part of the world because of the heat. Now, let me go into some of the different ingredients in the marinade. So looking at all of these ingredients here, these are what we need in order to make this peri peri marinade. So it's very hard to find peri peri peppers in Canada. So what I like to substitute them with are these Fresno peppers. So a Fresno pepper or Fresno chili is very similar to a jalapeno, but as you can see, it's got this lovely, lovely red color. So we're gonna use these. Now, if you can't find Fresno peppers, don't sweat about it. You can use any type of chili that you like to use. It's very versatile as far as what you sub in and out. Jalapenos work really, really well. And then I've got some fresh garlic that I've got cut in half. I've got some fresh lemon juice here, a little bit of salt, and then I have sweet paprika here. And sweet paprika really adds a lot of foundation, a lot of body to this. Now, for a little bit of an interesting twist, feel free to use some smoked paprika as well if you want to kind of give it that little bit of an interesting smoky flavor. And then the star of this marinade, of course, is our canola oil, all right? Canadian Gold. Canola oil is produced and grown in Canada. Canadian prairies do such an amazing job of it. And the canola oil is critical for this because this is what carries the recipe. I like using canola oil for this because it is neutral in flavor, so it doesn't crowd and it doesn't obscure the flavors of all these other ingredients. All right, so now it is time to make our peri peri marinade. I'm going to use a blender. A blender works really, really well for this. If you don't have a blender, a food processor works really, really well as well. And a hand blender ultimately will work very well. But if you've got a blender, that's the piece of equipment you want. But once again, food processor will work well. So I've got my peppers here, and what I've done is I've just kind of cut them into half. I have left the seeds inside of them. So interesting fact with chili peppers, a lot of the heat is found in the seeds and the white membrane that's located inside there. If you don't like it so spicy, then feel free to take out some of those seeds. But once again, this chili is a moderate heat. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's kind of just right, all right? Now, also another thing to remember, when dealing with chili peppers, make sure you wash your hands really, really well after touching them before you touch your eyes or nose or anything else like that. So, peppers are gonna go in there, we're gonna put the garlic in there, we're gonna add the salt as well, the paprika, it's all gonna go in there, and the fresh lemon juice, just like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lid on, and I am going to puree puree all of those ingredients, and what we've created is this super aromatic, lovely, lovely paste. All right, and then with low heat, with the motor running, I am going to pour, slowly emulsify, pour the canola oil into the paste. And what we're doing is we're actually creating an emulsion here. And that delicious paste of the garlic and the paprika and the lemon juice is going to emulsify this canola oil ever so nicely together. Now, you don't want to rush it too much, nice and steady. Just gonna give it a final little puree. And there we go. And then, if we take a look inside here, what you're gonna see is this fantastic looking paste, all right? So this marinade here is exactly what we want. So today I'm gonna be cooking some prawns, and I've got some lovely large jumbo prawns here, and what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of this on top like this, and this will become our marinade for the prawns. And I'm just going to mix it well, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the fridge. So this is great if you want to marinate it overnight, works really well, but it works as well if you're in a rush and you want to just do it for 10-15 minutes. That totally works as well. Now what's great with this marinade is it's a wonderful cold sauce as well. It's not only great to drizzle and marinate, but it's great to finish the product with. But more about that later. I'll share that a little bit later. Okay, now it's time to grill our prawns peri peri. So before I put them on the grill, I just want to kind of go over a couple of grill basics for you. So the grill has been preheated. This is a hot grill, so I've got it set at medium. We're going to lift this up. And before I cook anything, I always like to clean the grill, just using a wire brush. Just kind of make sure that the grill is nice and clean and ready to go. And then before I put any food on it, I like to just take some of my canola oil. And then what I've got is just a paper towel, pair of tongs, and then I like to just kind of lightly oil the grill like this. The trick is just to use a little bit of oil, and what that does is it really helps stop things from sticking to the grill. All right, so here's the prawns. You can see they look great. They're picking up a lot of flavor. And then it's just a simple matter of placing the prawns on the grill like this. Now, let's talk a little bit about grilling seafood. One of the worst things you can do is overcook it. Seafood cooks very quickly. It cooks faster than most proteins. So you want to be very careful that you cook it very, very quickly. So as you can see, those are looking fantastic. They're smoking, that's all very normal. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the lid down, and we're going to let those grill for a couple of minutes. Another benefit to using the canola oil is that it's a great source of omega-3. Now, our bodies don't naturally produce this healthy fat, and omega-3 is so critical to our overall health being and wellness that by augmenting canola oil as part of your diet on a daily basis, it is a great friendly way of getting this very, very essential fat as part of our diet. So let's take a look at these prawns over here. Oh yeah, no, for sure. All right, let's flip them over. Now, one of my favorites, if I wasn't using prawns, halibut is in season right now. If you marinated halibut with some of my Peri Peri recipe, it would be absolutely fantastic. So you can see, once the grill is preheated, it really actually doesn't take that long for these prawns actually to cook. A couple years ago, the canola folks were kind enough to invite me to something known as Canola Camp. And one of the biggest takeaways I took from going to Canola Camp is I got to spend some time with the Canadian farmers that actually grow this wonderful seed that creates this oil. And the passion and the dedication to standards and quality that I took away from meeting these wonderful individuals left a real mark on me. And it was just like, wow, as a chef, I really like to ensure that all of my ingredients are grown by passionate people and people that excel at what they do. All right, let's take a quick look at these. As you can see, it really doesn't take long. So what I'm doing is just finishing it with a little bit of salt. I always like to salt it towards the end. Now there is a touch of salt in the marinade as well, but you can see how wonderful they look. They're nice and firm to the touch, and believe it or not, they're done. Even these jumbo shrimp It doesn't take very long for them to cook. Just a couple of minutes aside. That's all you want. And what I'm going to do is just place the prawns on my platter, just like that. And you can see, I love the color. I love the color, and I love how the marinade sticks to the products like this. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take this to the table. All right, so before we eat these, I want to just finish them off. And remember I was telling you about how great this marinade is as a finishing sauce as well. So I like to just drizzle a little bit on top, just like that. And then I've got some lovely little gems from the garden. It's summer season. I've got a wonderful garden growing here. And what I've got is some coarsely chopped cilantro. Now my cilantro is just about to go to blossom, so that's why it kind of looks a little like dill, but I love that flavor. The flavor is absolutely awesome. And then I've got some chive blossoms from here. They have a wonderful chive flavor to it, and I love that color. And then this is kind of unusual. This is borage, and this is a lovely blossom, and borage has a flavor like cucumber, so you can kind of think how wonderful that flavor would work alongside with that. And there you go, folks. That is my grilled, what I've shared with you is my grilled prawns peri peri. Now this peri peri marinade is very versatile. You can use it with, like I said, halibut or salmon or prawns or scallops, but chicken works really well too. Little chicken legs, chicken breasts, that works well. So I definitely encourage you to get creative with it, have fun with it, and enjoy it, please.